It's a brand new show that just dropped. While the presenters play dominoes, a special guest will be discussing all topics that matter to you. Everything from judicial, legal, health, wealth. Nothing is off topic. The name you ask me? Domino Effect. Domino Effect. Come listen. It's time well spent.
Good afternoon and good evening. Whatever time you're watching this show, welcome to the Domino Effect Show, your favorite show, the show you need to watch. While we'll be playing dominoes, we have a special guest with us today who will be discussing all topics that matter to you, from judicial, legal, anything can happen at this table today. To my left, we have Eves. To my right, we have the Padre and our special guest, Mr. M. He will introduce himself, but first, I have a question for you guys.
It's your turn.
It's your turn. So my question is this. When you guys are putting on your shoes and your socks, right?
You
After
always
you've
having
done...
some hard question.
It's not a hard question. Come on. So when you're putting on your shoes and your socks, do you put on your sock, both socks first, and then you put on your shoes, or do you put on one sock and one shoe, and then the other sock and then the other shoe?
No, you have to be both first.
You put both socks first?
Yeah.
And then you put on your
What
shoes?
about if I have to run and I don't have time to...
I put one sock first, then another one after.
Okay, so you put...
But that's not the question.
Actually, I put both socks on first.
I put both socks on first.
So I had a situation happen to me.
You put
I'm taking swimming lessons, right? So after the swimming
You're awfully
lesson,
old to be taking swimming lessons, don't
well,
you?
I never knew how to swim, so
Me too, I have to...
you have to do it, right? So
Yeah, but not
I
yet.
got a plug for you. I'll tell you how to get involved with all of that. So I'm taking swimming lessons, and after the swimming lessons, I went into the shower. I didn't want to walk from the shower past the sauna to go put on my clothes, so I decided I'm gonna put my clothes there. But there was so much water on the floor. My feet were wet. My Crocs were wet. So I dried one foot, put one sock on, dried my Croc, put one Croc on, then dried the other foot, put on the sock, and then dried the other. So there are situations where you would do it
but
a different way.
But that's a special occasion.
Yeah.
But you're asking
generally
a question.
Yeah.
No, but the reason why I'm saying that is because somebody had posted on Facebook, had been like, oh, you know, how do people put on their socks because blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, And as I was doing it, I thought about the question. So that's why I asked you that question. That's
Okay.
all.
I have a question.
What's
Oh,
your question?
jeez.
That's for the men.
Oh, for the men? Okay, go ahead.
When you're taking a shower,
Oh, boy.
Oh, God. I don't want to know.
I do. Let's go.
Mozart, do you want to
No,
know?
the minute you say taking a shower, then
when you're taking a shower,
Mm-hmm.
did you use the soap to wash your hair first, or you wash your body with the soap and you wash your hair?
That's a good
First of
question.
all, I don't use the soap to wash my hair.
I don't think so. I got shampoo and conditioner for that.
Yeah.
Okay, do you do it separately or
I do my hair first, shampoo and conditioner first, because you want the conditioner to go on your body and then to put your soap that you're gonna shower after.
Yeah. I do the same thing.
See,
too.
I use the soap with my face first, arms second, my
Now the
chest,
question is
and
for-
then my
for the
legs.
girl.
So when I'm-
Did the
when
girl
I'm-
wash every time you guys go to the shower?
Let me
Wash
tell
your
you,
hair?
I don't wash my hair every week, but what I do before I even get in the shower, I put the shampoo in my hair to get it started. So when I get in, I rinse it out so that it drips all over my body, and then I use the soap on my body because I don't want. I finish washing my body and then I'm getting shampoo
Correct.
and conditioner
On
all
your
over
body,
my body.
yeah, absolutely not. Yeah.
That's odd.
Unless it's an all-in-one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because
You know what I mean?
odd. That's odd.
Whose turn is this?
So
think it's your
I
turn.
just played, so it's your turn.
Yes,
so
but
then now let's have the special guest introduce himself.
okay. My name is Mozart St here, and I'm the owner of Fast Plus. We are located in Brockton. We have 2 offices. I've been in this business for over close to 15 years. The main goal of our business is focused on helping working families into financially to become financially independent so they can become a homeowner and take advantage of the American dream that exists here in America, where everyone that works hard, pay their bills, should be able to become a homeowner. We've been doing this for over close to 15 years. We've helped many families earn on their own home, and we add millions of dollars in the Haitian community in terms of home equity.
Awesome. So welcome to the table.
Thank
it's
you.
great to have you back.
Yes.
Because you are a repeat guest.
Yes.
So
yes.
to the point where we were talking about maybe you should be a guest at the table more often for a segment on being a first-time homeowner and the different steps, mortgage lending,
It's your turn, right?
and different
Oh, is
things.
it-
No.
that's his turn
Mozart
still.
hasn't played yet. And the different steps associated. So I believe today at the table we're going to
Yeah,
be
we
talking
got-
about first-time
Home buying, and then we're
buying.
gonna touch up on
and
another
we're
thing,
going to touch upon a few other things.
right?
Yep.
So, go ahead.
Now I know in terms of Massachusetts there
You're
are
right.
different programs
Yes.
with different lenders, as well as there are different companies that have programs out there that we can use,
Yep.
right? So which programs would you advocate for if
Well-
you were advocating?
Well, there is in Massachusetts, and every state have a specific programs that they assist with first-time home buyers. And in this state of Massachusetts, there is a program that exists called Mass Housing. Okay, it's specialized in helping first-time home buyers to get to a home where they can assist you with the down payment.
Okay.
But the unfortunate part is a lot of families in our community, for instance, don't qualify for mass housing because it's a very conservative program, and unfortunately, I can attest to that we are in our community, we are under conservative when it comes to how we spend our money. We make our money, we spend it. We like to own cars that cost a lot of money. We usually go over our budget.
So we go over our living
So
expense.
therefore, a lot of us unfortunately may not qualify for mass housing. They need a minimum credit score of 640, and also they technically only qualify you if you high income earners, although they limit how much income you can make, and or you have no liabilities, meaning car loans, student loans, credit card debts. So, and unfortunately, like I said, many of our colleagues, many of our members in the community have high car loans, high credit card bills, and many of us have tons of education loans that put you outside of that bracket. But for those that do qualify for the mass housing program, it's a very good program. It has a manageable interest rate, and they can give you up to $30,000 for down payment. And if you don't ever refinance, you don't have to pay it back. But if you do refinance within a number of years, some of that money you're gonna pay back. And this program will also cover your mortgage payment for up to 6 months in case a member of the family is sick, cannot go to work. So it's a very good program for those that can qualify. But unfortunately, like I said, it's not an easy program to qualify in the community.
It's only for the first time home buyer?
It's only for the first time home buyer. Mass housing has program for people that already own home, but they don't give you the down payment.
Okay.
We're gonna get to that.
We are.
Very
So,
soon.
in terms of first-time home buying programs, I know Habitat for Humanity has some things that they do, and I know that
That's your
there's a
turn.
program. Yeah, it's your turn. I know that there's a program with NACA that they also have, but I know that those programs are difficult.
very difficult. Like for instance, I'm not gonna say anything negative about any type of programs that people may be involved with, like NACA program. But based on what I've heard, based on my experience, if you go to a NACA program, they will cover your down payment. But you might wait 2 to 3 years before you finally get called in the pool to receive that down payment.
Waiting list.
Yes, and again, do you want to wait 2 years to own your home when in 2 years?
Unless you're living with your parents.
Even if you do, because in 2 years, that same house you would buy, it costs another $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. So you save $15,000 down payment, but you buy a house a lot more expensive in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell someone not to wait, but yeah, it has to make sense. Does it make financial sense to be in a program where you're going to have to wait for a number of years before you can get into your home? If you can afford to have a down payment, then I think I suggest anybody, if you can afford to come up with a down payment, 2.5%, 3%, make it happen. The sooner you can make it happen, because this market is trending up. There isn't any indication that in the next 2 to 5 years that home value is going to decrease. There isn't any indication that shows that may happen in the next 2 to 5 years.
Okay.
So there is absolutely no reason for anyone to decide to wait for the market to come down. Everybody thinks sometimes the market is going to crash, how's it going to come down, so therefore I can buy a house. A lot of people have been saying that since COVID, and it has not happened yet, and it's not going to happen in the next 2 years.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I have another question. What qualifies someone to be a first-time home buyer? Because I've heard it said that if you purchased a home, after 3 years of you purchasing a home, you can be considered as a first-time home buyer. Again.
So are you saying if you own a home already?
Yes.
And then what?
And then 3 years after owning that home, you can qualify again as being.
No,
Are
absolutely
you
not.
talking about FHA loan?
No.
I'm-
Listen to the question. Listen to the question.
Yep.
So I've heard it said that if you own a home, 3 years after owning that home, you can go and apply to certain programs as a first-time home buyer again. I've heard it said.
Okay.
I've heard it said, and that's
So,
why I'm
so now we asking
that question.
Mozart, is that true
Is
or
that
is that
true?
something that's legit?
You have to think about it. You can be a first-time home buyer and become a first-time home buyer again by you selling your home. If the home still exists, you can qualify to buy a home with a low down payment.
Yes. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But not be considered as a first-time home buyer.
I just wanted to have that out there and make it perfectly clear.
Yes, because
Yes,
we
Because
do know
we hear
people,
people who say
saying that
things.
all the time.
I mean, people say things that they consider based on what they're saying. It is a first-time home buyer program.
Too much TV or TikTok or YouTube.
It could be TikTok. It could be
Exactly.
TikTok.
So no, I just
But-
wanted
but-
to be straight
But
about
some
that.
people they believe that the minute that you only coming up with 5% down, then therefore you consider a first-time home buyer.
Oh no.
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
Okay, how's the first day? I know people that's willing to buy a home. They make money, but they don't save enough. They don't have the 3%. As a first-time home buyer, can they do 0 down payment?
We have many programs, okay, that you can buy a home, 0 down payment. I'm going to say that one more time. Now, when it comes down to getting into a program with 0 down payment, sometimes if you do not qualify for a program like mass housing, there are many other programs you can qualify for 0 down payment. The issue with the 0 down payment is you have to be willing to pay higher interest rate, okay? And you may end up qualifying for less money than you will want to, okay? Because one of the reasons why is because you don't have the down payment.
Yeah.
And a lot of people sometimes, they be like, okay, Mozart, I would rather wait until I can get the down payment. Again, just like I said earlier, why wait? In this market, waiting is on your favor. You're going to be buying a house for more money. Your buying power is going to reduce if you wait. I suggest that you purchase a home with zero down, instead of having a traditional FHA 6% interest rate, you might end up paying 7%. But there is other institution that will assist you with the down payment. And the way that institution make their money back is get you that same FHA program with the 6% interest rate, but they charge you an extra 1%, and that's how they get their money back. So you have to be willing to understand you're going to pay a high interest rate, but you're going to get into a home. The minute you get into a home, your goal is to get yourself ready to do refinance so you can get out of that program and be able to have a reduced rate mortgage and more affordable. But getting to a home now is the key. As long as, I tell everyone, as long as you are paying rent, you need to be able to do whatever it takes to get yourself into a home. And that's one way to do that, is to let an institution pay for your down payment, pay higher interest rate. You're going to have a higher mortgage payment, but tough it up and then make the mortgage payment. And within a year or two, you do a refinance.
Earlier, we were gonna go further with the first-time home buyer, and we were gonna go into the program that they have. So you have program for first-time home buyer, and we were talking about what qualifies you to be a first-time home buyer. But now, if I already own a home and I'm willing to buy another house, like a rental property, is there any program up there so I can get in to, if I don't want to put 20% down?
Correct. Yeah. So there are conventional mortgage that exists if you want to get into buying an investment property. If you call it, quote unquote, an investment property, it requires a minimum of 15% down, if you call it that.
So I don't have to have 20 or 50, 25%.
You don't have to have 25%. The minimum is 15%. As long as the system will allow it to pass, you can go as low as 15%. The minute you call it an investment property.
As low, he says. As low as 15.
Now, again, there are a lot of trick in the business that people use. I mean, there are some people that literally bought an investment property, but according to the system,
it's a second home.
It's a second home, or it's gonna be your primary residence. Let's say, for instance,
but they just lied so they could get into
they didn't lie.
It's not my job to tell anybody.
Well, there are a lot of people that do it that way.
Because
the primary mortgage, the primary home, they're not saying on it, but they move. They say, "Oh, I bought two family," but don't they gonna say that? Let's take for instance. Hold on. Let's take for instance. I have a single family house, and now I buy a multifamily, and I said I'm gonna live in the multifamily and leave
the single family home as an
single
investment.
family home. Isn't it? It's gonna be
Okay.
shady and stuff?
Let's say, for instance, you live in Waltham, in a beautiful single family home, and then there is like another opportunity that comes in Waltham, and is a 3-family. There's no way an underwriter is going to believe you're going to be leaving your single family home in Waltham to go live on a 3-family home in Waltham. There's no underwriter is going to believe that. However, you can say you're going to take your family and you move into Springfield. No one can take that. No one can say you cannot do that. Let's say, for instance, you're self-employed, you want to develop you want to open your office in Springfield. You say, I'm taking my family, I'm moving to Springfield from Waltham. And I'm going to put my Waltham home as an investment property because I want to live in Springfield. A lot of my Haitian people living there. I'm moving to Springfield. I want to build my business there. And then you purchase a 3-family in Springfield, and it said we're going to be living until we can buy a home that we like. We're going to be moving on one of the floors in the 3-family, and then we're gonna rent the other 2, and that's going to be your home. It's going to be very tough for an underwriter to tell you cannot do that. That doesn't mean they're going to control how you behave after you close in terms of not moving. When it comes to the guidelines, they do have the right to investigate. Okay, they do have the right to investigate and making sure that you actually move into that property. So
Okay.
once in a blue moon, someone does get caught. And there are many ways they can investigate. Let's say, for instance, you technically move into a 3-family in Springfield, but all of your bills goes to Waltham. Even the utility bill for the Springfield home go to Waltham. So the lender will ask you, can you please verify with us that you're actually living in Springfield?
Yeah.
And that's a red flag. And when it comes to that, they can do an investigation. The loan officer that did the mortgage will be investigated to see were you not aware that this family wasn't gonna move to Springfield. It opened a whole can of worm where everybody involved that had license involved had to be at the table to make sure to understand that who actually dropped the ball.
But I can just, like you said earlier, I can, if I want to buy a second property, say declare it as a rental property, as a business, I can do that and just put 15% down.
Absolutely,
Yes.
minimum.
Minimum.
So you have to qualify. It's between 15 and up to 30%. We're going to put it in the system based on your debt to income ratio, how much debt you have, your interest, how many cash you have in the bank, how many bills do you have, what your liabilities look like, everything the system look like. But like, okay, you a high income earners, you're buying a 3-family that only costs $400,000, you can collect about $50,000 in rent. That's a good investment. That's a low risk investment. And then you can be like, okay, only 15%. It's gonna be minimum 15%.
Regarding the debt ratio, would
Your
you
turn.
My turn?
like if I were to see a house that I like for instance, three-family house, and 2 of them already rent, and there's one that's vacant. Will they count those 2 that's already rent as an income? Even I didn't buy it yet to reduce
Well, when you buy in a 3-family, okay, you're gonna be the new owner. They're going to analyze the income you can collect from all 3 units moving forward, not based on what the existing owner is paying. They're gonna calculate what is the market rent for each unit moving forward on your behalf. The only time they will calculate the existing rent, it's only if the current tenant are on a lease, and that lease isn't going to expire beyond the time you buy the house.
All right.
Then the appraiser will have to count the current payment as to qualify you as based on your debt to income.
That's a good thing. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because right now, I know some people that's paying high percentage on renting houses. So I know people that's paying over $3,000 on a rent. But that person don't have any money in the bank. But the rent been paying every month.
Say that one more time. I want to get what you just saying.
So, I have someone that's paying over $3,000 on rent.
A month for rent.
A month for rent. But the person scared of
Purchasing something because they don't have anything saved.
Because they don't have
currently.
anything saved. But every month they've been paying
The rent
Their
for
rent.
$3,000.
What are they scared of? I'm trying to understand. Why they're scared because they don't have any saving?
They don't have any saved, yeah.
Okay, so that person really would like to talk to me and see if they can get into a no down payment program.
What about if that person already have a house?
It's a paying rent. That's why I'm trying to understand.
Okay, but okay, see, okay. Let me rephrase this for you. Okay. I think where he's trying to go is, okay, I think this person is paying rent for somebody else.
Yeah.
So let's just say
Let's just say I'm paying rent for my mother.
Yes.
I'm paying $3,000 for my mother every month. So I don't have much more money saved. I'm also paying my mortgage.
My mortgage,
and
but I'm paying
my mother's apartment for $3,000.
$3,000.
and I'm kind of like,
What's my best bet now?
option right now? Because I have my mortgage, plus I'm paying my mother's apartment.
And I don't want to buy,
And
another
I-
property.
how-
But
how
instead of
what
doing
can
that,
I do?
instead of buying an actual, single family, I would love to buy
In
A
multifamily.
multifamily.
so that
So
I'm
I could-
at least recouping some of the
you know what I
money
mean?
I've
That's
been spending.
exactly.
Well, this is the thing. You're paying someone's rent for up to $3,000 a month. Now, the main key is, are you actually generating that extra income? If you're actually generating that extra income, there are a lot of people that make money, but it cannot be documented as income to qualify. Now, if you're actually making that extra income to pay rent for another $3,000, you may not have to keep paying that rent for your mom, but there might be an opportunity for you to come to the idea of maybe buying a multifamily outside of your area that can help you cover rent for your mom.
But because that's come up to the question earlier when we were saying.
Well, that's the example that he just gave.
That's what, no money in the bank, and you have some people said, oh, you have to put 25%, you have to put 30%, and you don't have that kind of money in the bank.
When you don't have that kind of money in the bank, you have to take into consideration $3,000 a month for a year. That's your down payment right there. Now, wherever you're paying that rent to, let's say it's for your mom. It wouldn't make sense for you to pay rent for your mom for $2,000 a month. That almost doesn't make sense. If it's your mom can be living with me. You see what I mean? To be paying $200 a month for your mom. Now,
so basically you're saying you give that person a discount for $2,000.
No. This is what you have to understand. This is what you have to understand. There is no way there is an apartment that's worth $2,000 a month for you not to have working adults living in that
place. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
We have to say it's depending the situation too.
Yeah, because
It's depending off the situation, because you might have some adults living in the property, but
That
those
don't
adults
have-
do not generate any income.
yeah.
That's the issue.
Well,
That's the personal
That's
issue.
a personal issue.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you see, but in this case, you have to bite the bullet. You see what I mean?
Exactly.
But
I don't.
by biting, that's what I said.
Yeah, mhm.
If I don't want to bite that bullet like that way, I can find another way. If I can be able to
That's
buy
your
a
turn.
property,
But understand what he's saying. You gotta the 15%. You gotta be able to come up with that one way or another.
Yeah,
That 15% gotta come out.
Whether it's your 401k, your retirement account,
Whatever
other
it is.
saving,
but the main issue was
it might not even be 15%. It might only be 5%.
You know what I mean?
To
Say
buy
there you
two
go.
family, to buy two family outside of the area.
Outside of the area.
Outside of the area that can generate income for you to help pay for the apartment. You do another investment that can generate income for you to cover that apartment. See, that's the way you have to look
So
at
you
it.
ready for more questions?
Dude, I don't think we have.
I don't think we
have.
It's like just talking about first-time homeowners and then going into multifamily.
I got more questions.
It seems like we're gonna have to do a part two.
Sadly, we would need to do part 2 on just on just that, right? You agree? You agree?
100%.
And
those questions are very good. And
Yeah,
people do
exactly.
need the
Because
answers.
not only that, people when you bring that kind of question, and those, especially in our community, people do face that kind of,
Mhm.
you know,
They do.
especially
They do.
especially now when we have people that are coming back now. That are coming from Haiti that either can't work and you
Yeah.
have to support them.
You have to support them
They're not
financially.
working,
Yeah.
so now you can't have them in your house because your house is either too small for the
Yeah.
amount of people that you have. Now you have an extra
And
apartment.
and you're paying out of
And
pocket.
you're paying out of pocket.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So all that counts.
It's a big burden on your
Exactly.
shoulder. Financial
It
burden.
does.
You know what I mean?
It is
Yeah.
a huge financial
But no,
burden.
that makes sense. So, but no, I really think that it's good. So we definitely need to do.
It's a good thing for we definitely have to do a part 2 because
Yeah, there's
there's no way.
we definitely
So
need to do
it's
part
your
2 because
turn.
this is This is good. This is good things, but it's just.
But you mentioned something, and I want you before we cut. I want you to discuss what you said, because you said it could be 5% in a different part of town, in a different area.
Exactly.
Can you touch upon that?
Yeah.
Before,
Like I
before we
said
close?
earlier, as long as you can justify that this home will be your primary residence, okay? And we justify in the mortgage application, you sign that this home is going to be your primary residence. Let's say, for instance, you're paying $30,000 a month for family members. You can be like, okay, my family member is going to be living in my house. Now, I'm going to be moving out of town.
Yep.
And I'm going to buy 3 family for me to move out of town. And then you're going to buy that 3 family in a different area. It cannot be close to your current home because it will not make sense.
Yep.
But they will allow you to own another dwelling in a different area.
That's how the
And then they will just
Yeah,
allow you.
it depends on the
Can I say
area.
Wall Fam, can't-
No, it can't
Yeah.
be Watertown. It
Yeah.
can't be like he gives the example as Walton. So guys, I think we have come up to the time that 30 minutes because we
Yes.
don't want to go beyond our
This
time.
this
The
was
time
a
just
great
passed, we don't even
discussion.
say
it. Exactly,
Exactly,
so-
because we were discussing a
So
hot topic.
Lady KKB, take us home so we could do
So-
maybe.
Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Once again, this was your favorite show, the show you need to watch, the Domino Effect Show, with Mozart St. with Eves and the Padre, and me, your special guest, sitting at the table in for one of the hosts. Have a good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.